Now, fair warning, this is going to be a challenge to get through because Alyssa, and I tweeted this, Alyssa Mercante said she was going to be chatting about her ongoing lawsuit against me on her stream, so I tuned in. This is as far as I could get. And I'm not even joking. Someone DM'd me and they were just like, hey, just so you know, Alyssa's going to be talking about your lawsuit. If you're interested on her Twitch channel, here's the link. And I was like, oh, curious how the person that's always complaining that I'm spending so many hours of every day talking about her seems to constantly be talking about me when she streams on Twitch. The only difference is she doesn't save her videos and put them for people to be able to replay them. So it doesn't look like she ever talks about me when she does talk about me quite often. On top of how I seem to be top of mind for her every morning she wakes up on X to have some sort of message that transcendentally is talking about me or directly mentions me, just wild. But here we go. Again, you've been warned. This is going to be brutal to get through, but this is what I had to deal with when I was trying to hear her talk about her perspectives on the lawsuit and what she has done thus far. So let's hear what she has to say.
My asshole is indicative of all gaming as well, but you don't see me putting it up there all the time, referencing it. Yeah, check the Steam arts for my asshole.
Now, when she said, you don't see me putting my a-hole up there all the time, referencing it, I'm watching this and I'm just like, but you do. Like, what? Like, what a self-report that is.
How about that? Check the Steam charts for my fucking asshole. Surprisingly, my asshole is mostly positive. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It makes Thank you so much, Dan, for the sub. Appreciate you guys. You guys are going to help me get, you guys and Shaggy especially are going to help me replace my groceries. But I'm also...
So, hold on. Let me get this straight. Her latest filing in the lawsuit is stating that I am talking about her and I'm making money off of that. And I went to her Twitch stream because she said she's going to be talking about me. And what does she admit herself? That she's making money off of doing this. Weird. Almost like she's doing exactly what she's saying I'm doing. That's wild. Which, oh, by the way, difference being, my perspective is she's more than welcome to do this. She seems to think that she's the only one that's allowed to do it, though. That's a problem.
Thank you so much, Dan, for the sub. Appreciate you guys. You guys are going to help me get, you guys and Shaggy especially are going to help me replace my groceries. But I'm also in a bad spot because, like, we're leaving for England on Friday.
So Alyssa, who constantly talks about being broke, that just got back from, where was it? She got flown out for a Ubisoft game. Was it in Spain? Just came back, is now going to fly out to England. Wow. She sure travels the world quite a bit for a broke person while she's suing me in an ongoing lawsuit that could potentially cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars. Who the hell's supporting her with all this money? What is happening right now? That is one hell of a freeze frame with Crazy Eyes, which wasn't hard to do because, my goodness, Crazy Eyes were there the whole time on this stream. But anyways.
But I'm also in a bad spot because, like, we're leaving for England on Friday. So essentially, I'm not going to replace my groceries. I'm just going to eat out for like 2 days. Hey, yo. My boyfriend does it every day.
What? Oh. What the hell? This is who's suing me. Crazy Eyes every time. Every time Phobos says Crazy Eyes. Yep. Empty soul. Just look at the freeze frame. Every time you freeze it. She belongs in a mental asylum. Says evil, fire dragon, God King. I'd agree. Tripping off of acid, says Hypersonic. Potentially. Grogbass says she literally appears to be losing it. Yeah, it's pretty clear as day. And I'm not even joking when I say I logged in to Twitch to see that, and I got to that part, and I was actively recording right when I got there because I'm like, I can't rewind Twitch because Twitch is annoying. It doesn't let you rewind unless they go into all this. I'm like, I'm just going to record it in case she says anything about me so that I can have a receipt for, look at, she's doing exactly what she says I do to her, she's doing to me. And I'm like, this is as far as I got. I'm like, I can't. I stopped recording. I closed out Twitch. I'm like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore, guys. She's nuts. And I couldn't help but think about how they called me anti-feminist in the lawsuit allegations. So I posted feminism. And 8-Bit Eric was like, oh shit, boys, new Alyssa Mercante meme just dropped. And I'm telling you, she is that chick. She is. She's crazy. She's stage 5 clinger insane. There needs to be like tests in this country to put people away because yikes. And then I said, not even once. Jay Viper says, feminism goes right to the eyes, I see. And there's 8-Bit Eric. Babe, wake up. New Merc meme just dropped. Yeesh. Crazy eyes are the final stage of the disease. Yep. Alyssa, I know you're watching. This tells me you are crazy. I mean, I already knew that going into it. But what transpired today just completely convinced me of, yep, this is who I'm dealing with. She's nuts. She's crazy. She's lost her mind. And I have a special shout out to Old Man Grimm, who recorded the session of her talking about the lawsuit because I couldn't get to this. So Old Man Grimm did, and he sent this to me. So this is Alyssa talking about me, who's always saying I'm talking about her. But apparently it's okay. Rules from me, not for thee, as usual. Carry on, Alyssa. What do you got?
About me in over a year and a couple of months. He has repeatedly defamed me every single time he makes a video.
First off, fix your fucking audio, Alyssa. It's always so low every time. God, it's so annoying. You need to get the dial. You need to turn it up on Twitch. Holy shit, this is brutal.
Me in over a year and a couple of months. He has repeatedly defamed me.
He has repeatedly defamed me.
Every single time he makes a video about me.
Every single time he makes a video about me.
Or a post about me. My
harassment. Or a post about me.
Goes up.
My harassment goes up. Alyssa, you are obsessed with me. You think that I'm the only person that has any kind of control over this. You don't think that when you step on a rake and you do something really stupid or you throw a lawsuit at me, that you don't think people talking about that is going to increase the temperature of the room? Starting from you, that this is all from you. You are not innocent in this. This is coming from you. Every video that I make is talking about something that you did that was just so stupid that I had to talk about it. And now my reason for talking about you here is because you in your lawsuit claim that I'm the only one talking about you on my streams when I talk. And here you are talking about me on your streams. This is a receipt to prove that you do exactly what you say that I do. Except that I do it with audio that you can actually hear. But
I don't talk about this because I take this very seriously. And
I don't talk about this because I take this very seriously, as she's talking about this with me in the background. Your Honor, I rest my case.
I'm not trying to grift $200,000 worth of money for my questionable lawyer.
I'm not trying to grift $200,000 of money for my questionable lawyer. I'm so glad you said that, Alyssa. Why aren't you? Well, how about you talk to us about your lawyers? How are you affording not one, not two, but 3 lawyers? But yet, instead of talking about how you're paying for 3 lawyers to attack me, come at me, lie about me, defame me, how about you, instead of wondering how I'm trying to get my money together to pay for this shit that you're throwing at me, how about you tell people proactively how you're paying for your case? Why are you so afraid of that? Why don't you just tell, if it's pro bono, why don't you just say that? Why don't you just say, yes, my lawyers are taking this on pro bono? I don't think anyone would have an issue with that. They'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, she found activist lawyers and they're doing this to push an agenda. It makes sense, but okay. I have reason to believe they're not pro bono. I have reason to believe that they could potentially be being paid by someone else. And that's what Alyssa doesn't want to get out. And that's why she's not saying it. Because otherwise, there's no reason to say, my lawyers are taking it on pro bono. Well, why wouldn't you say that? Why wouldn't you, if you have such a strong case, wouldn't you say, yes, I talked to these lawyers. They were like, oh my goodness, that's an easy win for us. We will definitely take this case on pro bono for you, no cost. That's how strong my case is. Why wouldn't you say that? Because I have a feeling that's not what's happening here. I think someone is footing the bill for you. And you don't want that to get out, because when it does, people will be like, oh, it's someone that Smash maybe, I don't know, doesn't get along with behind the scenes, that might have a lot of money, and they want to see me and my life ruined and my marriage destroyed and my family broken because that's what they live for. And that might not make you look good, right? Would that be fair, Alyssa? Would that be fair to assume that that's what's happening right now? Because that's what I'm gathering with all of this. Because you seem so concerned about how much money that I'm trying to garner together from my audience to fight back against you, yet you're not talking about how you're attacking me and how you're paying for it. Weird.
Who's being sued by his last person he represented, who also had a crowdfunded fee, who also crowdfunded for their legal fees, who ended up suing him because she felt like she was not properly told of the ramifications of what would happen if she lost, or the likelihood that she would lose.
Okay, so now she's trying to defame Ron Coleman for a situation of him being sued by a former client, not giving any context. Alyssa, lie by omission, Mercante, not letting anyone know what the actual situation was between them, and just say, oh yeah, what an awful lawyer that he has. Let's ignore the entire history of Ron Coleman before that and just take the side of this person because it fits my agenda. And she didn't get the results she expected, so now she's suing him. So clearly he's a terrible lawyer. Okay.
I am very confident in my team.
How are you paying for your team, Alyssa? You're so worried about how I'm paying for mine. How are you paying for yours, Alyssa?
And in my case. And
you're confident in it. Okay. I mean, I'm happy that you're confident in it. Being confident in a lawsuit means jack shit. It doesn't mean anything. What matters is what the court hears. That's why people are like, oh my God, you should definitely destroy her in court. You should not. I'm always telling people, I would like to think that's the case, but I don't know. It depends on what the judge says about this. As crazy as I think these allegations are, what I think really doesn't matter.
Every time this man makes more content about me.
Every time this man makes more content about me. Alyssa, once again, on top of your insane amount of X and Twitter tweets about me, you are now making more content about me on your Twitch channel and talking about me. Again, you don't seem to understand that you are doing the very thing that you're blaming me for. Just because my content is successful doesn't mean what you're doing is any worse than what I'm doing.
He's just adding to the pile.
I'm just adding to the pile. The hell do you call what you're doing right here?
Just because I'm not screaming about this every 5 seconds.
You are screaming about this every 5. Look at your ex, bro. You don't have any social media presence outside of X. You don't have anyone that gives a shit about your Twitch, your YouTube, your anything else video-wise. No one wants to watch you. The only grift that you have is your ex. So you're constantly talking about me or mentioning me or saying something about me or who does this remind you of or transcendentally talking about me in all of your tweets in the past year, it seems like. But yet I'm the problem here.
Doesn't mean that I don't have the proof. Doesn't mean that I don't have the facts. Doesn't mean that I don't have the receipts that prove that you, Jeff Tarzia, were obsessed with me.
You don't have it doesn't mean you don't have the receipts that proves that I was obsessed with you. She keeps threatening that she has the receipts to prove things. I don't think she realizes that the receipts and the proof that she keeps referencing is not anything that proves anything. It's just tweets talking about stuff. That doesn't imply or directly implicate me as the person in the wrong. Just because you don't like me or things that I've said hurt your feelings does not make it harassment, especially if it's true. And even more especially if it's literally the same things you've said about yourself. Would you call yourself slutty, Alyssa? Fair question. Would you say you're slutty? Would you say you stand up for whores? Would you say that too? Because you have multiple times in the past. But yet when I call it out, you sue me. And you're welcome to sue whoever you want in this world. It doesn't mean you're going to win, though. That's the problem. Just sending a lawsuit at someone does not mean you've won. I could sue you just as easily for the very same thing that you're suing me for. And I've said before, too, in fact, if I were to lose this, the easiest case in the world would be just to compile all the evidence and do the same exact thing right back to you. Think about the repercussions of what you're trying to get past right now. Think about that for a second. This is the definition of insanity.
For months until I finally pushed back. And then you got mad because I said it looked like you didn't floss. And that really hurt you. And you decided, let's make it worse. Let's add some defamation to the harassment. Let's try and get her to lose her job.
Now she's defaming me. Now she's saying I tried to do things that I never tried to do. She is making allegations saying that I tried to get her to lose her job at Kotaku, which never happened. Never once happened. She's trying to make this story become reality by just repeating the same words over and over again. It's not true. No matter how many times you say it, it's not true. That never happened.
Well, my.
By the way, she's terrible at this. Audio sucks. She's very nervous on camera. She keeps losing her train of thought. Her points she's making make no sense at all. She's so bad. And she's got really crazy eyes too. This is just terrible all around. Good point, Karate Werewolf. She said she resigned. Remember? I do remember that. Weird. Like almost like now she resigned because too much pressure that I caused. I caused all the pressure, so she had to resign. I'm sure that's what she'd say.
If it isn't the consequences of your actions. I'm not backing down. And again, just because I don't talk about this all the time.
Just because I don't talk about this all the time, says the girl that talks about this all the time. Okay, gotcha. Again, this is coming from someone who says words and says, believe what I say, not what your eyes tell you. If you go to her X account, the tweets that have not yet been deleted, because she deletes a lot of tweets, by the way, about me, and has historically as well. And we have proof of that, Alyssa, and we have the receipts to back that up on my website that you tried to get or cheered on taking down. We have information proving that you have deleted very incriminating tweets of things you've said about me as well. So interesting how you feel like you're the one that has all the ammo here.
Doesn't mean that I don't know that I have the receipts, I have the proof, and I have a strong motherfucking case. So that's all I will say about that.
She's being gassed up by somebody. There's, in my humble opinion, allegedly, and whatever other things I need to say right now, I feel like there is someone gassing her up right now with all the money in the world, backing her no matter what happens to keep pushing this forward. Someone who has a lot of money, potentially someone that might make money from doing things that may not be socially acceptable, things like that. Potentially. You never know who could be backing her. But there are certain people out there that make a lot of money when it comes to putting yourself out there. And there are a lot of people out there that don't like me. And if someone's being gassed up because they want to see my world ruined and they want to put all the money into it, there is no hate like a woman scorned or something like that. I don't remember how it goes exactly, but she will stop at nothing to see my life ruined. And think about this for a second. This is the person that's suing me for harassing her. Just remember that. I can't even get through the rest of this. I can't even hear what the hell she's saying.
Oh, one last thing. You could suck a whole fart out of my ass.
One last thing. You can suck a whole fart out of my ass. Alyssa, one, that's really weird. Two, I'm married. Three, are you being serious? Because are you coming on to me while you're suing me? This person is so weird and so childish. I have no words for what I'm dealing with right now. And you guys have been so incredibly supportive on the Give, Send, Go to fight back against this wretched woman, in my humble opinion. We have the current Give, Send, Go. Before the stream, it was at 66,669. This was about an hour ago. Let's see where it's at right now. 66,769. So someone gifted $100. There it is. Lord Chariot with the $100 banger gift. Thank you so much again, Lord Chariot. Appreciate you. For anyone interested in contributing to the lawsuit fund against Alyssa, I will share this. I appreciate any support I can get against her because it seems to me like she has infinite pockets to keep going against me, and I don't. But you know what I do have? A community that is fighting back, and that scares the shit out of her. And I'll leave that there.